Hello, I am Dr. Eleftheria Giannouli. I am an exercise scientist, and today I would like to present to you the Dividat Senso. In short, the Dividat Senso is a device for training and testing motor and cognitive functions. It addresses the connection between body and mind through simultaneous physical and cognitive exercises. Scientific studies have proven the effectiveness of the Dividat Senso in rehabilitation programs, for example, the improvement of motor and cognitive functioning in persons with mild cognitive impairment, but also in prevention programs, especially the prevention of accidental falls. This video is divided into 3 parts. In the first part, we're going to look at the training environment. In the second part, we will demonstrate some of the motor and cognitive assessments that the device offers, and in the last part, we will explain the management system. Now let's start with the training part. The Dividat Senso delivers extra games that train motor and cognitive functions which are necessary for mastering activities of daily living. It specifically addresses skills that are needed for goal-directed movement, for example, stepping reaction time. The device's software generates individually tailored exercise programs which the user has to complete by interacting with a pressure-sensitive device through weight shifts, multidirectional steps and jumps. The system includes over 15 different games which were developed over the years within several research projects to meet the needs of different target groups. Each game adapts automatically to the user's performance. Some of the functions that are trained are executive functions such as inhibition, cognitive flexibility and working memory, several components of attention such as divided attention and sustained attention, spatial orientation, static and dynamic balance, and endurance. The Dividat Senso is mainly used for purposes such as the overall promotion of an active and healthy lifestyle in the workplace or in older age, orthopedic rehabilitation, and rehabilitation of persons suffering from Parkinson's disease, multiple sclerosis, stroke, mild cognitive impairment, or dementia. Starting a training game on the Dividat Senso is very easy. Users do not have to enter their login data every time. Instead, they can easily start their training directly using an RFID badge, where their therapists save their individually tailored exercise program. The user is guided through the software and gets a report after each training session. All the training data are stored in the central database, which allows tracking the progress over time. The system's complexity is significantly adjustable up to the degree that it's operable by people with severe cognitive disorders. This can be achieved by neglecting the visual simulation on the screen and alternatively using the platform's intuitive LED stripes and vibrations to play the game. Now let's see how a game can be started. The users can navigate through the games by making side steps. As soon as they reach the game that they would like to play, they can select it by making a forward step. Once the circle line is complete, the game starts. Instructions are shown before every game starts. With an additional step forward, the game begins. In this example, the game Simple was selected, which is, as the name indicates, one of the simplest games in the system. Simple trains psychomotor speed, which is the ability to react as fast as possible to stimuli that appear in different positions. Like all the other games do, Simple adapts automatically to the user's performance. The more errors the user makes, the slower it gets. And then, of course, the game becomes faster with increasing performance of the user. On the bottom of the screen, you can see a green time bar. It indicates how much time is left until the specific game ends. In this example, the time has been set to 2 minutes. But this setting can be adjusted in the management system according to its prescribed training plan. Besides the duration of the game, the directions in which the stimuli appear can also be adjusted. For example, the game can be set to deliver stimuli just on the right side. This can be helpful for people with a paretic side or people who have an injury in one of their legs. When the game ends, the user gets feedback on their performance. In case they played the game more than once, a time frame is shown with the progress over the consequent training sessions. The data is saved and can be accessed at a later time if needed through the management system. Now that this game is finished, the user can start a new game. The Dividat Senso is also a testing device. It includes various physical and cognitive tests which are integrated in a digital case management system. Assessments are essential for risk detection as well as for the evaluation of the effects of treatments. Our goal is to provide a set of performance metrics that give a comprehensive view of a person's physical and cognitive performance. Such metrics can be then used for the prediction of performance at activities of daily living, the prescription of individually tailored training plans, and the monitoring of performance over time. Currently, the system contains 4 cognitive and physical assessments. The sway test, which measures postural control. The Stroop test, which measures the ability to inhibit the dominant response to a stimulus. The Flexi test, which measures non-verbal cognitive flexibility. And the Go-No-Go test, which measures selective attention and inhibitory control. Now let's see how a test is performed. A test can be started from the management system. Using a tablet, health professionals can log into their account and access the management system. After selecting a user from the list, the software asks for a code, which can be found at the bottom of the screen that is connected to the Senso. This code is used to verify the connection between the Senso and the assigned user for each test. After entering the connection code, the test can be started. In this example, we demonstrate the sway test. It is a physical test that measures postural control. The user has to assume the starting position on the Senso, and the task is to stand as still as possible for 30 seconds. When the test is finished, the results are saved automatically and are shown on the management system. In this case, metrics such as the path length of the center of pressure are calculated by the system. If needed, the results can also be shown on the Senso screen so that users can have a look at their own performance. Now let's go and have a look at the management system. With Dividat Manager, health professionals are able to manage users and their training programs, conduct various tests, and access the training and testing data. The software is specifically built for health professionals. It is a web application and easily accessible on both touch and desktop devices, requiring only an internet connection and a modern browser. In Dividat Manager, health professionals can create and adapt a training program for each user. It is possible to use existing ready-made training programs or to create custom training plans. Moreover, health professionals can also adapt single training games specific to the user's needs, example the direction of the presented stimuli or the duration of its game. All associated data for each user can be accessed in a clearly arranged interface. If needed, data records can be exported in CSV format. These records are classified into activities and assessments. All the data regarding the training programs are visible under Activities, and all the data from the tests are visible under Assessments. In a detailed view, users can see their data both in the form of a table and in the form of a graph, which allows them to observe their progress over time more easily. All the training data from the associated devices are stored in the central database. Through Dividat Manager, health professionals can access those data remotely because all associated devices communicate through a secure channel using the internet. Having a web-based system also means that the users will always have the latest version of the software. Users will not have to install any updates. We take great effort to handle data responsibly. All data are kept on professionally managed, secure data storages in Switzerland. The data are encoded for transfer from the devices to the database and back. We only collect data that are relevant to the user and the health professionals working with the users. We do not share data with other parties. Access to the data via the devices or the database is protected using effective authorization systems.